decisively Protestant club.
One player who believes he fell victim to the dislike of Catholics inside Rangers is Graham Fife, pictured here alongside the team manager on a victory procession. Fife joined Rangers in 1969 as a promising junior. Within a season, he'd established himself as a regular first-team player, and his future seemed assured. Then one day, during a break in training, he was called to see the manager.
So I went up to his room to see him, and he told me that someone had called up and said that I was going with a Catholic girl. So I went up to his room, and he asked me this, you know, and at the time really it wasn't true, because I wasn't going with the girl at the time.
But Graham Fife did go out with his girlfriend Mary again, and soon they decided to get married. Although neither was especially religious, Graham was a Protestant and Mary came from a Catholic family. News of their marriage plans broke in the Scottish press.
I don't really know how the newspapers got to hear about it, but one day I was sitting at my mother's house in Motherwell, and next thing I know, there's newspaper people at the door. So at first, I tried to hunt them, but they just wouldn't go away. With a perseverance, eventually had to end up telling me, I was getting married to a Catholic girl, and they took photographs.
Fife was again called to see the manager after the story appeared in the Sunday newspaper.
Well, I reported to Irish the next day, and I was called in to see the manager, and he asked me, was it true? Or I told him if it was true, and that we were getting married. I couldn't keep it a secret any longer, And he asked me where I was getting married, and I told him it was in the church, and he made sure that it was the Protestant church he was talking about. And he also said that my wife had to really turn a Protestant,
Graham and Mary were married in a Protestant church, but his problems were not over. He found it increasingly hard to get into the first team, even though he remained a favourite with the sporting press. Eventually, he says, the pressure began to tell, and his performance began to suffer.
It definitely suffered, because to go with that pressure on you, you've got to play sort of like Pelé, and nobody in the world can do that. It was a bit of a strain.
The pressure on Fife became so great that he asked for a transfer. He left Rangers in 1976, and after 3 frustrating years playing for other Scottish clubs, he went to America, where last year he was the top scorer for the Pittsburgh Spirits. He's always blamed the Rangers management for disrupting his career in Scottish football.
I think that you've got to look inside the club to get the problems, really. You've got to look within the directors, the managers, or whatever, As far as I'm concerned, the right cause is because I married a Catholic girl. To me, that is the big point, really, I'd done something wrong. I felt I'd done something wrong, and really, I didn't know really what I had done wrong, just because I got married.